out of Los Angeles. As you can see, he's a big heavyweight. 14-1 as an amateur with 11 knockouts, and has been sparring with the likes of Tony Tubbs and some of the other top heavyweights, Michael Dokes. He's fighting a nightclub bouncer from near the Boca Raton area in Florida, Jim Bradley. Jim has a twin brother. They both debuted as pro heavyweights recently in San Bernardino. His brother Court Bradley. So the battling Bradleys, if you will, the nightclub bouncers from South Florida.
All right, to Jimmy Lennon Jr. for the intros of our next bout.
Well, fans, here we go. This bout coming your way is scheduled 4 rounds of boxing. It features the big men of boxing, heavyweights in the ring. Presenting to you first on my left, he is fighting out of the blue corner. He enters the ring wearing white trunks with green trim. He hails from Coloma, Wisconsin, now training in Florida. He weighed in at 213 pounds. Tonight, his second bout as a professional fighting Irish. Welcome, James Bradley. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the red corner in this 4-round bout. He is wearing white trunks with dark blue trim. Hailing from Nigeria, West Africa, his weight is at 212 pounds. As an amateur, his fine record was 14 wins, only 1 defeat, with 11 wins by way of knockout. Tonight, he is making his professional debut. Welcome into the ring, the Golden Gloves champion, King Ipitan. The referee in charge now to give instructions, Pat Russell.
As we see the pro debut of the man they're calling Nigerian Nightmare. And if you just go on physical attributes, you'd have to consider this rather a mismatch. Ipitan, quite a physique on him as we get a very long and lean against one of the fighting twins, Jim Bradley. We'll see what he's got. As we...
You know, I just noticed Bradley just punching himself in the face, kind of a
already 2 points down.
But he's a rough guy. This should be an entertaining bout.
Scheduled 4-rounder pro debut of the man they call the Nigerian Nightmare. There's a football player by the name of Christian Okoye they also call the Nigerian Nightmare. Round number 1, scheduled 4-rounder. As we said, it's the Nigerian Nightmare coming out and trying to establish his jab. And Bradley will pretty much put any style to the back seat because it looks like he's here to brawl a little bit.
Well, Jim Bradley has a varied amateur background. In fact, he beat James Pritchard, who recently fought for the IBF Cruiserweight title. Pritchard in the amateurs also has sparred with the likes of Trevor Berbick in South Florida, but he was hurt in a motorcycle accident a couple years ago, and the mobility of his right leg is not what it should be. But he's still a rough, tough brawler.
Yeah, we'll see King Ipitan staying outside and using his superior reach right now. Starting out rather tentatively. His pro debut. Pretty high hopes for this young guy. Certainly looks like a fighter.
Well, I imagine Ipitan's got some butterflies, a little nervous. You know, it's like graduation day when you leave that amateur ranks and go professional.
Against the ropes, this is a scheduled 4-rounder. Round number 1. It is Hugh Millay and Mike Marley ringside. We're at the Desert Expo Center in Indio, California. And you're looking at a couple of young heavyweights. 21-year-old King Ipitan.
I'll tell you, Jim Bradley must be getting a height complex because I think King Ipitan is said to be 6'5". In his pro debut, Bradley fought a taller guy, Tim Fuller, undefeated prospect, 6'6". But his real weight amongst weakness.
King Ipitan wearing lane leather on Mr. Bradley. Down goes Jim Bradley for the first time here at the minute 10 mark of round number 1. I guess the butterflies are gone and the punches are starting to flow for the Nigerian Nightmare. He's pretty composed. Bradley has shown little this first 2 minutes. Goes down once again. We'll get a look at the second knockout at the 48-second mark, and we'll have to see if this fight will continue.
They're calling the doctor as they came into the ring.
There's a cut.
I'm not sure.
Jim Bradley, a tough guy, but certainly being a bit on the outclass side here in round at number 1. We're going to take a look, go to the ring. Pat Ross going to sit him down and see what we got. Looks like I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. Looks like that fight has been stopped.
Yeah, because Pat Russell's picking up the scorecards.
And Russell said that's it. Exactly what happened. Here's the action in round number 1, about the 45. You see King Ipitan really.
Oh, there's a nice left uppercut by Ipitan. And left hook.
Bradley trying to hold out and going down really was not in the same class as King Ipitan. It makes his pro debut a successful one. And knockout probably about the 210 mark of the first round. Jimmy Lennon Jr. will have the official time in just a second as we can look at a game but outclass Jim Bradley.
Well, Jim Bradley took some shots in there, and he's a little frustrated right now, 0-2.
All right, tonight's action from the Desert Expo Center in Indio, California, brought to you by the Gobi Group. As we got to look at some pretty good heavyweights. We're going to go to Jimmy Lennon for the official time of that knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time, 2 minutes, 8 seconds into round number 1. The referee in charge, Pat Russell, stops the contest. Winner by way of knockout in his professional debut, King Ipitan.
He goes to 1-0 after he said the 14-1 amateur career, certainly at 6'5", 212. Mike would appear to be able to put on some more weight if he needs more power. Actually, to be effective, I think, in today's heavyweight class, 220 seems to be the operative weight.
Yeah, I didn't mention King Ipitan is 21 years old. Looks to me like almost like an NBA basketball player more than a muscle-bound type guy. So I imagine he could put on a good 10, 15 pounds. And, you know, he's got youth on his side, and it's going to be a long process for Ipitan. But he told me before the fight